Welcome to another installment of Outside the Ring.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
We haven't done this in a while.
It's been a while thanks to that...
Damn you, Sandy!
Yeah, that witch. It's a PG show. You know, we're like WWE, we're keeping it PG, so I'm not going to really tell that damn thing what I feel. Knocked me out of a studio for like a week. Just about. I mean, we haven't done one of these in a week, right?
Yeah, and it's because of... How much snow did you guys get down there?
We had 3 feet.
3 feet?
In some areas.
We got a light dusting of snow up here, but 3 feet? Good Lord.
Yeah, it was pretty pathetic. It was pretty... I mean, it was pretty bad. It was not fun, dare I say.
Just be glad you don't live in New York.
No.
They're bad shape.
Oh, boy. Yes, we do pray for all those people.
Yeah.
It is not a good situation right now on the East Coast.
No. I think I read somewhere 300 to 400 million gallons of water in the New York subway system.
Uh-huh.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, my. Yeah, it's, you know, it is not a good situation right now as far as the East Coast and over here in West Virginia, it's like people are just trying to get the snow out of the area. But you know, we survive. We go on.
It's all clean up now. So again, thoughts and condolences, all that to the people in New York.
It's been a crazy year with
anybody
weather.
That's been affected by Sandy, really.
It's been a crazy year as far as weather.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's been an interesting. If you ask the Mayans, we're all going to die in about 2 weeks.
Well, I read somewhere the movie 2012 started with New York flooding.
Yes, it did.
That I don't like the way that's going.
No, I don't either. By the way, I'm the one, the only Jason.
Murphy! I was wondering when you were going to get to that.
I was going to get to it. I'm not Sandy. I am Jason Murphy.
No, gee.
Alongside the one, the only Troy Stone Cold. Give a stunner to that damn hurricane.
Damn you, Sandy.
Austin.
I didn't need snow before Halloween.
Right. Thanks a lot. Twitter, Outside the Ring with the number 1, Facebook, Outside the Ring, and, of course, our email.
OutsideTheRing316@gmail.com. Been kind of light on the emails lately,
yeah,
so don't be afraid, people.
And subscribe. Don't be afraid to subscribe.
Exactly.
So what's going on today? What we got?
Well, in the past, we've all seen Kurt Angle going on Twitter and, you know, just claiming BS on everything.
Right.
You know, the latest thing that he's done was that he basically bashed Randy Orton for using the Angle Slam, saying, oh, he's stealing moves, blah, 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 and then Kurt does the RKO on an episode of Impact just to be immature about it. And then he claimed that he was hacked and all that, but no, it was one of his drunken Twitter tirades. And our good buddy Kurt is at it again. Mm-hmm. He is claiming that WWE stole TNA's story ideas. The article reads, Kurt Angle claimed on Twitter that WWE lifted some concepts from TNA Impact, notably the multi-camera shoot in the 3MB mock sit-down there behind the music thing, and also the John Cena-AJ Lee affair storyline. The tweet he sent out says, staged, quote, affair between AJ Lee and @John Cena with date pictures and hotel video, WWE outright lifting TNA concepts. Really? It was a terrible storyline to begin with, Kurt.
I will say this. There are times where Kurt Angle is off his rocker, seems like in the last few years.
I mean, he stalked a woman.
Yeah, he also stole, not too long ago, he claimed that Randy Orton stole the Angle Slam, and then he did an actual RKO.
Yeah, I think that was actually at a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Here's the thing. There are bits and pieces that I have noticed that WWE, I'm not going to say stole, maybe. I don't know if stole is the right word.
They look very similar.
I'm going to give you an example. There was it was after the John Cena CM Punk Big Show match, and this was on WWE.com, or it was on their YouTube page.
Yeah.
TNA does like a thing where they do like a guy behind the camera asking the superstars questions, where you never see the guy the camera guy. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Kind of that like guerrilla footage almost.
Yes. Well, TNA, to my knowledge, started that. WWE never, ever, ever did that stuff. And now all of a sudden, it was after SummerSlam, I noticed they started using that. The 3MB thing also was a little interesting to me. I'm not going to say stole it, because I'll give Eric Bischoff this. That was a good idea for TNA. I love how they get the camera like inside of like different places. Like, it's not so staged like WWE is at times. Yeah. It's like where last week where Hogan was talking to the #1 contenders. You know, they have different camera angles, they have different shots, and you had Austin Aries standing outside. It's shot differently than WWE.
It is, but then let's not forget TNA's low budget on stuff, you know, almost inexperienced people. Let's not forget the Impact where you could clearly hear the director yell, "Cut." But back to this, Kurt, I think, it just looks for things to complain about.
Yes.
I mean, and if he ever wanted to come back to the WWE, I don't think they'd let him now. All this complaining and all that about, oh, you're stealing the TNA concepts, all that. Like I said, the Claire Lynch thing was a terrible story to begin with.
Yes.
If WWE did anything, they took that story and showed you how it is done better.
Well, yes. Now, if we're going to talk about that, like I think we're both in agreement that WWE has not, I don't want to say stole, I almost want to just say copied TNA's footage. Yeah, they don't do every shot like TNA, but there are times where they do have the camera guy, the random camera guy, asking the superstars questions. Most of it is on their YouTube page. The Claire Lynch thing, I see some similarities. Not straight up copying, though.
Yeah, it's not like word for word, shot for shot, and all that. But and you've also got to think, how many WWE storylines has TNA stolen in the past? Or used concepts of? I mean, it's just part of the business. Everybody is, I mean, you do so many things, and you're bound, even if they aren't looking at you, you're bound to stumble across something that somebody else has done.
Yes.
It's like The Simpsons. The Simpsons have done everything.
Well, it's just
and
like
still on TV.
Yeah, you're gonna. WWE does not see TNA as a threat. I do think it's funny sometimes that they do. Now you could say that the whole Nexus thing was a little bit of the NWO, a little bit of DX, a little. You kind of hit it on the head. They're not really copying, but they're evolving. They do steal ideas. Yeah, but they don't blatantly rip it off.
Yeah, they just don't outright lift a storyline from somebody. They take a concept and then they put their own twist on it.
And we don't even know where the whole AJ Cena thing is going to go.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to chill out.
Well, one thing that did go in the AJ Cena storyline is the rumors that we had reported on before, and now Beth is gone. So.
Yes, she pretty much got fired on TV.
Yeah, on TV. So.
How nice. And, well, she could go be with Edge now. Be retired.
Which still, I did not even know they were together.
I did not notice that. And when you brought that up, I went back and I looked at Edge's Hall of Fame speech. And actually thanks her there.
Oh, he does?
He does. He says, and thank you, Beth, for tiptoeing in my life. I didn't catch it at first. But when I rewatched the Hall of Fame a couple days ago, when I was snowed in, I caught it, and I said, oh, well, that's interesting. I didn't catch it at first.
Wow.
Yeah. I think Edge has gone through, like, a few different women over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But either way, I think, I think Kurt needs to just chill out.
Yeah.
They're not blatantly ripping off.
No, and it raises the question, at least to me. You know, he does this. I'm just wondering how long it's going to be before he comes out and says, "Oh, I was hacked."
Yeah. I don't know what his. I don't think he has beef with WWE anymore. I didn't think he did.
I don't think he does either, because, I mean, he left on good terms. I didn't hear anything about him.
He's actually never buried. He's never
actually expressed an interest of bringing him back at one point. But he keeps doing this stuff, and he's just digging his grave further and further.
So let us know what you think. Do you think, first of all, your first point, do you think WWE copies? Honestly, I do think they like the fact, they like that style of camera work that TNA uses in their backstage segments. They don't do. I have noticed that they have done a couple things like that, but I think the whole Claire Lynch thing. I think you got to wait and see where the whole Cena AJ thing's going to go before you say. Now, I will say this: if all of a sudden 2 weeks from now on Raw, AJ's pregnant and it's Cena's the baby daddy, and we have tape of it's a totally different thing, because
we have a match deciding whether or not Cena takes a paternity test.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's something you have to submit to willingly, not through a match.
Now, if that happens, Kurt, I'll pat you on the back.
Yeah,
I'll say okay,
right there with him.
Yeah, but until then, Kurt, just
calm down.
Calm down. Go wrestle. Stop stealing the damn RKO.
Exactly.
Jesus. When he did that, I mean, I don't think Angle was the only one to ever do an Angle slam. I think he perfected it in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on. And even Kurt, he did like the pounding on the mat like Randy does.
Yep.
I mean, he totally.
I don't remember if he, after he did it, if he jumped up and he did the pose that Orton does.
I don't remember that.
I don't think he did, but I'm not too sure on it.
Taz was on commentary, and when he did it, Taz was just speechless. He was just like,
That's weird for Taz to be speechless.
Yeah, right. So we'll see. We'll figure it out, but we'd like to hear comments below, and hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. We are going to try to do another episode tomorrow and see where this goes.
We're going to try to get back on a regular schedule here.
As long as we have no more floods or storms
Yeah.
Hurricane Pam comes after us next week.
Hurricane Pam?
I don't know. I was just making that up.
Oh, I was going to say.
I'm just saying. Hurricane. I got to work a lot. Hopefully that doesn't come up. But until then, subscribe, please. And we'll see you tomorrow outside the ring.
Deuces.